Modern illusions, how deception feels in everyday life. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, most people who are deceived do not feel deceived. They feel certain, they feel justified, they feel safe. Deception rarely announces itself as falsehood. It feels like clarity, it feels like conviction, it feels like relief. This is why discernment matters, not as an abstract idea, but as something deeply practical. In the modern world, deception often works inwardly before it works outwardly. It begins not with lies, but with pressure to react, pressure to align, pressure to speak, repost, condemn, or agree quickly. We live in an age where speed is mistaken for truth. The faster a claim moves, the more convincing it feels. The louder it is repeated, the more normal it becomes. And the more emotional it makes us, the more righteous it seems. This is one of the most powerful modern illusions. Certainty arrives before reflection. Many people today are not led astray by what they believe, but by how they believe. Belief becomes something performed rather than examined, held tightly but rarely weighed. Another modern illusion is the illusion of belonging. There is comfort in being surrounded by agreement, safety in numbers, reassurance in shared outrage or shared confidence. But belonging can quietly replace truth when it demands silence in place of sincerity, when questioning is framed as betrayal and reflection as weakness. Discernment begins to disappear, and something subtle happens inside the heart. We stop asking, "Is this true?" and start asking, "Will I be accepted if I agree?" This is not new, but it is intensified today. There is also the illusion of moral urgency. Everything feels immediate. Everything feels existential. Every issue demands a reaction now. In this environment, hesitation feels immoral, and patience feels like indifference. But truth has never needed urgency to survive. Falsehood does. Urgency bypasses reflection. It short-circuits conscience. It replaces wisdom with instinct. The Quran repeatedly warns against haste, not because speed is evil, but because speed can dull perception. Another modern illusion is the illusion of information. We have access to more facts, opinions, and interpretations than any generation before us, yet less clarity. Being informed is confused with being wise. Knowing about something replaces understanding it. Information piles up, reflection disappears, and when reflection disappears, discernment weakens. This is where deception becomes personal. It does not require us to believe something false. It only requires us to stop examining what feels true. At this point, it is worth asking a difficult but necessary question. What does deception feel like inside the heart? Often it feels like constant agitation, moral superiority, impatience with nuance, fear of silence, discomfort with stillness. When the heart cannot rest, something is wrong. Discernment does not shout, it steadies. Discernment creates space between stimulus and response. It allows a person to pause, to ask whether a reaction is being demanded or whether truth is being revealed. This is why anchoring oneself in God is not symbolic, it is practical. When Allah is at the center, not every issue feels existential, not every disagreement feels like a threat, not every silence feels like complicity. Faith restores proportion. The Quran does not call believers to withdraw from the world, nor to suspect everything around them. It calls them to clarity, to reflection, to remembering that they will stand alone before God, not as members of a crowd, but as individual souls. This is the quiet test of discernment. not whether we can spot deception in others, but whether we can recognize when our own hearts are being rushed, hardened, or intoxicated by certainty. Modern deception does not need lies, it only needs distraction. And discernment is not about rejecting the world, it is about seeing it clearly. May we be among those who pause before reacting, who reflect before aligning, and who choose truth even when illusion is easier. Peace be upon all who seek clarity with sincerity.